Hey y'all, I hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this now moment. I just want to send you all so much gratitude for being on this earth plane and playing this game. And something I just want to share real quick. You can take it or leave it. If it resonates, awesome. If not, that's cool too. So I keep seeing this this upcoming timeline as being a time of basically this big great divide and a big coming together. So this divide is a realization of the capital T truth that we're all energetic sovereign beings, we're divine, we're made of light and sound, we're spirit, whatever words kind of go with that. And this awareness of the illusion, the program, the lies, the greed, the judgment, the things that aren't actually real, but that we keep kind of feeding into. So it's like the program, the matrix, the system, we start becoming more aware of this. And as we become more aware of this, we start to divide and we start living our own sovereign experience. That's the divide that I'm seeing. I see that playing out, one, in the sovereign human, right? That recognition of, oh snap, I've been living in the matrix, right? Like, oh man, I just woke up and I've realized that I've been working for a system that's designed to oppress humans and to use our vital energy and shame us for everything that has anything at all to do with like pleasure and sex and all of that stuff, but like shame us into all of that stuff, guilt us, repent, just like all of that stuff. Anyway, I digress. So is like the person, the human, the me becomes more aware of like, oh shit, I've been feeding and perpetuating this system. I pull myself away from that system. I change who I am. I start living in my own truth. That may mean that I got to discover my truth. I got to explore. I get to be in discovery and curiosity and like, what the hell am I doing? I get to do my own healing work, ancestral work, DNA work, trauma work, all that stuff, because that program, that system is traumatizing by design. The matrix is created to continually perpetuate re-traumatization over and over and over again. So as I divide myself and I split off from that system, I'm going to live as my sovereign self, right? I'm going to start to connect to more people that are living their sovereign self life. And yay, so that's this great divide that I am seeing. And because we are doing everything at the same time, that whole like as above, so below, the yin and the yang, it's no longer, to me, it's no longer like it'll just be this one thing for a while and then it'll be this other thing. It's like both things are happening at the same time. It's like the yo-yo is going so fast between the up and the down. It's just this one now moment of experience. So while that big divide is happening with me and the collective, because as I or you or as one person pulls away from that system in the matrix and creates their own life, that's going to be played out on the collective scale. So that means there's going to be a group of humans that are living their natural, human, sovereign, truth-loving life. And then there will be another group of humans that will continue to live in that system and be in fear and in judgment and a lack mentality and re-traumatizing themselves because they're serving something outside of themselves to feel happy. And if I keep doing this, then one day I'll feel good, right? So that's that divide. We're going to see, I feel like we're going to see it on just many levels. And my place that I find peace around all of this is that remembering that we're still just all one, just in different expressions. It's like I was still Jane when I was in the program. I'm just not the same type of a Jane. I'm a different Jane. I'm a now ever evolving Jane. The old Jane that was in the system was stagnant as fuck. Like the only thing I was changing was my appearance so that I would look better to further fit into that system. Anyway. So that's the divide that I'm seeing. And this integration that I'm seeing at the same time is, this is interesting, because I feel like there's going to be an integration on both sides. This part that I was talking about, this like I'm tapping into my true self, my authentic self, my real human divinity, my divine earthling self. There's a big integration that happens with that, and that's when we integrate that shadow aspect, right? We integrate all of that trauma crap from the matrix. We got to integrate it, right? Because I can't fully separate that from me. I can separate my way of being, but I can't like pull out the DNA and the adrenal overproduction and the memories. Like I can't pull those things out of me that were from that matrix. However, what I get to do is integrate it. So that's the shadow work. That's the forgiving in the ancestral lineage and forgiving of myself and the real like spiritual work is what that is. Because, we're body, mind, spirit. The fact that we live in a society that has only been mind and body focused is beyond me. Like we are a group of intelligent motherfuckers and we have completely bypassed spirituality. We have bypassed quantum physics. What? That's like the mechanics of humaning. I don't even understand. But again, the illusion. Anyway, so I see us as integrating that shadow and changing those neural pathways and deactivating that DNA and activating new DNA and expanding this heart space to really open up. And as it opens up, it almost like comes back in on itself, almost like swimming. And as it does that, kind of like when it comes back in on itself, it's like clearing and healing those traumas and then serving up a new version of me, a new version of the life that I want to live, a new way to be of service to myself and others and all life on this earth. So that's this big integration that I'm seeing, which is awesome, and the funny thing is that until that shadow, like we'll try to push that shadow part away. We'll try to push that shit away so much because we just don't like it. And it'll go so far, but it'll slingshot you right back into your ass. But for real. And it's like, ooh, ow, I just hurt myself. I just sabotaged another relationship. I did self-harm again. I subconsciously or consciously sabotaged myself yet again. And it's because we won't integrate that shadow. We keep trying to shove it away. We're here to integrate the darkness so that we can be the light. But we got to see the shadow first. So it's almost like we got to look outside of ourselves, see the shit, and then integrate it in. Boom. So that's one type of an integration that I'm seeing as a part of this divide. It's really fun. Which that's what I'm here for, to be of support and service for that integration and clearing those lines of trauma and doing that quantum spiritual work, the spirituality stuff. That's my jam. I've studied the physical and the mental forever. Any hoozles. So that's part of the integration that we get to do. Another part of integration that I'm seeing, and this is going to sound messed up. So this divide and integration time, there's this other aspect of humans that will continue to live in the matrix. That's fine, y'all. My biggest encouragement in this now moment and for every now moment is to be in acceptance of all that is. And remember that the I am, has the sovereign choice of how I play this game, how I work with myself, how I be with myself, how I show up in the world. That is up to me. What other people do, that is up to them. I can judge it and I can get mad. I can tell them that they're pissing me off, but that's still my anger. It's still my shit, right? Anyway. So I see this other aspect of human that are deep in the matrix, continue to work for the man and believing in the system, believing in the illusion that joy isn't their birthright and that pleasure is something that one must pay for and earn, and that freedom is only for an elite group. That's the illusion. That's not real, but it is very real to some. And those people I see integrating, this is messed up. I see them integrating with like complete AI. Like, but for real, I'm talking like putting things inside of them, inside of their bodies that have like nanotechnology that can be controlled by things like remote controls that change the frequency of their body, and it goes directly into their DNA. It's by way of the RNA vehicle. And then that will start to manifest things like illnesses and diseases and death. Sounds familiar. Anyway, so there's going to be this humanoid of like human and AI. It's like this human and the illusion start to really come together, because now that system is literally marrying into their DNA. And that's okay. I just don't want to play that game personally. You do you, boo. Continue to feed the system, right? It's like 1984, right? Not the year, the book. And it's a different type of an integration. It's an integration with like, it's not dark matter. It's really not dark matter, but it's a lower frequency. That's for sure. It's a different frequency. It's more of, like an EMF that comes from like power lines. It literally is more like that frequency, which if you're around that a lot, by people that live in places that have a lot of power lines, people that live near substations and stuff, like they tend to get cancers more often. It's because of the electromagnetic frequency that literally is distorting their own natural frequency. So you got that in your body now, right? In this integrated human experience, you have this new frequency that's literally running inside of you all the time. And then your brain starts to believe in a system that's not even real, and your heart is not even remotely activated because you're living in fear and in trauma and regret. And now you're trying to traumatize others and project because you're so uncomfortable. So now you're further perpetuating a lower frequency in your body. You're not capable of holding as much light in your actual physical vessel. So this integration is I use the word darker, but it's not like a color quotient. It's a matter of how much light is being able to move and emanate from the system that is holding the light. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this divide of in the system, in the illusion, in the rat race, and in nature, into sovereignty, into peace and acceptance and harmony. Harmony is a big one here, because harmony can only happen when this and this can move together. This side may want to be judgmental and like attack. This one can just kind of dive around and maneuver around and do the thing, and it really does create a whole new harmonic on the new earth plane. That's the divide. During the divide, double integration. This integration will be actually integrating more light, more peace, more joy, more liberation, more attunement with the actual frequency of this Mother Earth, because this group will remember the value and importance and potency of the mothership. We will start to reconnect with the planetary grid lines and energy fields, because they are reflective and resonant in us. They are more noticeable and followable when we're not in this other dense system. The more free I am from that matrix, the more I can hear the calling of the wind, or I can connect with the fire, or I just know where to go. It's like my natural human migration skills get turned on. I'm holding more light. My frequency is higher. I'm not living in fear. I'm living agilely. I'm moving through life with agility, and I'm being fluid, and I'm being graceful. And I'm in so much pleasure because I've recalibrated to my natural pulse of my life, because I am in the flow with the life force that is spirit that I am, and that moves through each and everything on this planet. And that's what we start to reclaim, is this pleasure and this sovereignty and this expansion and this contraction that just feels good. It's like, yeah, I'm contracted, as opposed to the other aspect and expression where contraction feels like tightness and I hate it. And let me just try to push it away. But you can't push it away because it's the you that is contracted. And then we're going to learn how to be all dancing together. You know, a bunch of AI situation is going to be coming online. You can play in it or not. You can be a part of it or not. You can integrate it into you and you can be AI. You can be completely mindless, completely heartless, completely devoid of the expression of the highest aspect of you, which is the oneness, which is divine. It is love. It is consciousness. You can be completely void of all that and let some other system and program run you. You have that choice. We all do. And it may seem easy, but it's not as fun on the physical body. It's not as fun in the mind. We tend to then just pay more to distract ourselves through drugs and alcohol and you know, dating apps and distractions and scrolling machines. Then let me buy the next best thing and let me buy and let me buy. Let me just keep feeding the system with all this money that I keep having to work myself to the bone for so I can buy more, so I can eventually be happy. One day I'll be happy. I swear I will. That's a choice. We can do that. We can continue to put plastics and heavy metals and fluoride and chlorine and all this other stuff. We can keep putting that in our body. We can start to calcify parts of our pineal gland. We can do that. We have the freedom to do that. And just as samesies, we have the freedom to remove the heavy metals, come back to big full breaths, move our body, eat foods that still have light in it. You know, we have this choice. We have that choice in every now moment. My encouragement is to choose with so much love and grace. So I love you. Enjoy the dividing and the togethering and integrate however you can. I love you so much. I got to answer the door. Take care. Mwah. Bye. Peace.